Welcome our SVM students. Today we are going to see about work done by variable force. Work done by variable force. Any work is done, we need a force. Without a force, necessary amount of force, we cannot complete our work. So that's why now we are going to take a very small example object that is going to place on that surface of our ground. We have a object, square shape object, which may have m mass. Suppose I want to move this object from this initial position to some other position. For that purpose, we want to apply a force. The force we may represent as a capital F. Their initial position is represented in Ri. If you apply a force, F force, this m mass object may move from this initial position to some other position. Their position may be represented as a final position, that is R suffix F. That the same object moves from initial position to final position by applying a force. So what we can say means, this force makes a work done to take on the object from one position to another position. There we have a displacement. That displacement can be taken as R, that is equal to total displacement. R is equal to Rf minus Ri. Then you have the general formula for work done by this force is work done is equal to F vector into R vector. Because displacement and force are vector quantity, but work done is a scalar quantity. So that's why we are taken work done is equal to F vector dot R vector. So from this, W is equal to, work done is going to represent in W, that is equal to F vector dot R vector. Then it can be taken as Fr cos theta. If the direction of the applied force and the displacement are in the same direction, then theta is equal to 0 degree. If it is 0 degree, cos 0 degree is equal to 1. If F vector and R vectors are in the same direction, angle is 0, cos 0 becomes a 1, then W is equal to Fr. Anyhow, this is the general expression for the work done by a force. What can be done by two kinds of force, either constant force or variable force. Now we are going to see that work done by the variable force. For seeing that purpose, this formula W is equal to Fr cos theta going to taken as F cos theta into R. F cos theta into R. Now we are going to once again recall that the work is going to done by the variable force. At the time it makes a displacement from certain initial position to that final position. We have represented that initial position is at Ri, final position is Rf. So we will write that Ri is the initial position. Initial position. Okay. RF is the final position. Okay. If you apply a variable force, that force makes a work done to move an object from initial position to final position. For that finding total work done, there we are going to take a small interval distance between the initial and final position. We are going to take a small interval distance that can be taken as dr. Suppose our applied force is maybe in the direction of movement or in some other direction. For that, we are going to take another diagram. This is a general diagram for making a work done by the applied force. Now we are going to take a component of that force. For that purpose, M mass object we have. Their initial position is Ri. We are applying a force not in the same direction of that movement, some other angle. F vector. For the movement, it makes a certain angle theta. So our pushing force to the object had a certain angle with our displacement direction. That's why these F vectors component which is act along the direction of the displacement can be taken as F cos theta. In that total, suppose magnitude only we are going to take, means in that F amount of force, certain component act in the direction of the displacement, that is F cos theta. It may another component we have perpendicular component, F sin theta. Here the F cos theta only makes a work done to move an object from its initial position to the final position. This will not make a work done. Anyhow, our work done force is F cos theta. This amount of force is we are going to take as a variable force. That F cos theta is a variable force. Here, the two factors we can vary, either magnitude of the force or direction of the application of the force. That is, F value or angle may vary. Okay, either force magnitude or angle may vary. Either one of the quantity or may both the quantity also we can vary. At the instant, we want to see that small amount of work done. In the total work done, we want to see the small amount of work done. For that purpose, in between that initial and the final position, we are going to take a small distance. That is dr. Dr is the small distance movement in the particular direction, that is a small displacement. By the application of that F cos theta variable force, the object makes a small displacement. There we can take a small amount of work done. That small amount of work done is going to take on dW. dW is a small work done. So there is a small amount of work done, small displacement, and our variable force. These three are going to relate based on our general definition. That is dW equal to F cos theta into dr. That is, we are going to see that work done by the variable force between the initial and the final position. We are going to take a very small distance, dr distance. That displacement is represented as a dr small displacement. By applying a f cos theta, if it makes a small displacement, their work done is taken as a small amount of work done. Then we can take an dw is equal to f cos theta into dr. This f cos theta is the component of the variable force. Component of the variable force. F cos theta is the component of the variable force, means either magnitude or direction of that application of the force may be varies. So that's why position to position our applied force may be varies. The force is not a constant. That's why now we are going to see the total work done. To finding total work done by the variable force. We are going to find the total work done by the variable force. So from the initial position to final position, we will take on that a small part displacement. Their work done is a small amount. As like that, we are going to add small amount of displacement done by our variable force. The small amount of work done are going to add that we can make taken small amount of work done can be taken. Okay. Next, we are going to find the total work done by the variable force. To find the total work done by the variable force. So, to finding the total work done purpose, we are going to take on that same diagram. That is, initial position of our object is taken as a Ri, final position may be taken as Rf. In between that total displacement, that is a total displacement may be taken as R. In that we are splitting into many parts. That can be taken as del R1, del R2, del R3, del R4. Or like that, up to that, we are going to split into n parts, del Rn. And each and every instant of positions, there we are considering that a certain amount of force, F1, F2, F3, F4, up to that Fn. So for finding that a total amount of work done, we are adding the work done in between that del R1 distance, del R2 distance, del R3 distance, up to that del Rn distance. That's why we are going to take on that total work done, W is equal to force into displacement, that is F1 into del R1 plus F2 into del R2 into plus, if the displacement and force, maybe variable force, act in the same direction, that is a component is acting in the direction, there we can take on is F1 into del R1 plus F2 into del R2, and F3 into del R3. This goes on up to that Fn into del Rn. The total work done is a first part work done, second part work done, up to that nth part work done. We are summing. We will get that total work done. This can be going to written in a mathematically the summation symbol. W is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n there Fi into del Ri. Mathematically, the total work done can be taken as W is equal to, the symbol is a summation of I is equal to 1 to n Fi dot del Ri. These del Ri values are going to taken almost equal to 0. Del R belongs to 0. This summation symbol is going to change it as integration function. That is, W is equal to integral. That is, from where to where we are moving, we have a limitation. Initial position is Ri, final position is Rf, that is Rf. And we have a force, component force, that is a cos component force, F cos theta into dr. If the splitting displacements are too small, almost equal to 0, then their work done can be taken as a W is equal to integral F cos theta into dr. F cos theta is our variable force and it is a displacement. We are moving an object from the initial position, that is Ri position, to that final position. For finding that total work done, we are going to use this. By varying a applied variable force, we are using this. Then we are going to find the total work done in our graphical method. Graphically, our force is going to apply on the object to change the displacement. So that's why our force and the displacement values are going to represent in our graph. Two-dimensional graph we are going to tackle. Displacement is going to tackle in x-axis. That may represent in R or S. So here we are taken, that is a displacement is taken in R. And our variable force, that is F cos theta in y-axis. Position to position, which one is varies? Our applied force is varies. So that's why sample graph we are going to tackle like this. Is a initial position Ri, it may be a final position Rf. We noted in our graph at that initial position, initial time applying force is this certain amount value, but position to position what may be happen, force applying is increases at a certain point. In that applied force we may apply a maximum force. After that we may changes to certain value. Anyhow, our graph is not in a straight line graph, it is some curved graph, because our applied force is not a constant, it is a varying. Suppose if it is a work done by the constant force, our graph can be taken, displacement is going to taken in x-axis, variable force F cos theta is now we are going to see that for constant force, that is can be taken as a F. The work is done by the constant force means line is parallel to the x-axis, that is a force line is parallel to the x-axis. Then this area going to calculate for the work done by the constant force. We can easily find this area because it is in a rectangular shape. Totally it is in a rectangular shape. But here not in certain uniform shape. For that purpose, these areas are going to splitted into many rectangular shapes. For that, we are drawing a line like that. Equal intervally, we are splitting this. We consider in each small interval displacement, the force value is constant or almost constant. We may take this is del R1 displacement. There the force may be considered as F1, constant or almost constant. As like that, for every interval small displacement, we consider that our applied variable force is almost constant. Based on that idea only, if you find all rectangular portion area, if you sum up that all rectangular portion areas, then we will find that total area under the curve. That total area under the curve can be considered as a work done. So, from our work done formula expression, that is product of force into displacement is work done, and here also along x-axis we have a displacement, y-axis along a force. That's why if you product these two, we will get that work done. So, in our general expression, area under the curve is nothing but a work done. Area under the curve, that curved part lower portion to that x-axis, area under the curve is taken as a work done by a variable force. So, work done by the variable force. If you find the area under the curve, there we calculated that work done. But this total curve we cannot taken in one shape. It is a non-uniform shape curve. So that's why we are splitting that total curve part as a many rectangular portions, and each rectangular portions having a certain area. If you sum up that, there we will calculate that total work done. So that is work done by our variable force formula. Finally, we can take an total work done is W is equal to integral Ri to that RF. Ri means initial position, RF is final position, and F cos theta into dr. F cos theta into dr. Next we are going to see that example problem. Okay. Next we are going to see the example 4.6 problem. A variable force F is equal to kx squared acts on the particle which is initially at rest. That's why initial displacement is 0. Then we are going to calculate the work done by the force during the displacement of the particle from 0 meter to that 4 meters. So we are going to take on that given data. One is force, it is varies with distance. That's why you can take an f of x equal to kx squared. This is the force we are going to take on 1. Then we have a displacement next. That displacement value is from x is equal to 0 meter to that x is equal to 4 meter. That's why we are going to take an initial and final. What is the formula for work done? That we want to calculate that formula. This is the work done. Total work done want to calculate. There we want to use that integration function. W is equal to integral From where to where? Xi to Xf. From that 0 meter to that 4 meter. F of x into dx. F of x into dx. So now we are going to substitute the value for that force. That is W is equal to integral kx square into dx. We have a limitation also. That limitation is 0 meter to 4 meter. That's why lower limit is 0, upper limit is 4. So in our expression, k is a constant. That constant want to taken out. W is equal to k into integral 0 to 4 x squared into dx. We have a mathematical formula, integral x to the power n dx is equal to x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Like that, our expression also. That's why W is equal to k into, it is integral x to the power n can be taken as a 2. So x to the power 2 plus 1, that can be taken as a 3 divided by 3. And the limitation, lower limit is 0, upper limit is 4. And this 3 is taken out, k by 3, and we are going to substitute that upper limitation and lower limitation. What is that? X cube, that is 4 cube minus 0 cube. 0 cube is nothing but a 0. So we can take an W is equal to, what is the k value given in our data? 1 into, if you are 4 can be taken as 4 into 4 into 4 divided by 3. So here 4 into 4, 16 into 4 divided by 3. Finally we can take an 16 into 4, that is 64 divided by 3. Their unit is joule. Next we can simplify here also. Instead of 64 divided by 3 is 2 times, then 2, then in that 4 we have a 1 times 3. Like that we can take a fraction also. Whatever may be that, our work done value can be taken as 64 divided by 3 joule. That force F is equal to kx squared, force act on our object, making a work done value is 64 by 3 joule. Next we are going to see that few need problems. In that given data we have. Listen here. A force which pushes the object in the x direction. Example you can take is a x direction. We have an object, m mass object. One of the force is acting. What force we can take on? Fx. This value is given 3x plus 2. It is varying with x this direction. Okay. Anyhow, the object may be moves from initial position, that is xi is equal to 0 meter to that certain final position. X f, that can be taken as 4 meter. Final position. The total displacement may be taken 4 meter. Up to that, this variable force is acting. There we have a work done. The same formula we can going to take on. W is equal to integral xi to xf f of x into dx. That f of x is nothing but fx. That is W is equal to integral 0 to 4, that is 3x plus 2 into dx. Then we are separating that. W is equal to integral 0 to 4 3x into dx plus integral 0 to 4 2, that is constant level taken out, into dx. From that W is equal to, this 3 is a constant taken out, and integral x dx can be taken as x squared by 2, and there we have a limitation 0 to 4. plus 2 into x limitation is 0 to. If you substitute, we will get the answer 3 into 4 square. That is x square you have. You are going to substitute that upper limit. That is 4 square. 4 into 4 divided by 2. Lower limit is 0. No problem. There 0 square can be taken as a 0 plus 2 into the power is 1 alone into 4. From this we will get 1 times is 2 times 8 into 3 double is equal to 24 plus 2 into 4 8, that is equal to 32 joule. Our answer is 32 joule for our work done to move from 0 meter to that 4 meter by the force of application is 3x plus 2. Anyhow, next we are going to see that formula, that is integral, that is W is equal to integral f of x into dx. So f of x we are going to substitute and we will get the final answer is 32 joule. Okay. Next we are going to see another problem. Your body of mass 3 kg is under a force which causes a displacement in it. Their displacement is given. Mass is given, displacement is given, force is not given. What is the work done, the force in 2 seconds? Time is given. So given data, that is time 2 seconds, okay, displacement S is equal to t squared by 3. That means the displacement is varying by the time. Time to time displacement is varying. That's why S is equal to t squared by 3. Then mass we have M is equal to 3 kg. So from these values we want to find the work done. Work done is nothing but force into displacement. That force we are going to taken from certain procedures. There we have a displacement. That the first derivative of that displacement with respect to time is a velocity. That is we are going to take instead of S is equal to t squared by 3, we are making a first derivative with respect to time, that we can take ds by dt. What is that ds by dt? 2t by 3. Either this is going to make a second derivative or ds by dt is going to make further first derivative. We will get that d squared s by dt squared, that is equal to 2 by 3. That d squared s by dt squared is nothing but a acceleration, a symbol we can represent, and we have the s value, ds by dt value, and d squared s by dt squared value. Anyhow, our work done general formula is work done is equal to integral there from rest to that 2 seconds. That's why we are taking that limitation 0 to 2 f of x into dx can be taken as a ds itself. So for this f of x value we are going to substitute in the terms of mass and acceleration. That is integral 0 to 2 m into, instead of acceleration we can substitute d squared s by dt squared into ds. Here we have a time varying displacement. That's why we are multiplied by the dt and divided by the dt. So we have the value for the ds by dt and d squared s by dt squared as well as the mass also. So W is equal to integral 0 to 2. Our mass value is 3 kg. and ds by dt value is 2t by 3. That is ds by dt value is 2t by 3. Then d square s by dt squared is 2 by 3. So 3 and 3 going to cancel. Another 2t into 2 we have, as well as the dt also going to multiply. So finally we are going to take an integral 0 to 2, that is 4t by 3 into dt. 4 by 3 is a constant taken out. Integral 0 to 2 t into dt. We have the integration formula, integral x to the power n into dx is equal to x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Like that, we are going to take an double is equal to 4 by 3 into t squared by 2. Their limitation is 0 to 2. Then you can take an 4 by 3 into 2 square, nothing but 4 divided by 2. If you simplify that, there we are getting 2 into 4, 8 by 3 joule. That is the final work done of our movement from 0 second to that 2 second. There our displacement is a time varying displacement, and we have a mass. Anyhow, we have the general formula, work done is equal to force into displacement. Instead of force, we are going to take a mass into acceleration. Acceleration is going to take a d squared s by d squared s divided by dt squared. And there our differentiation formula ds by dt, we have a value, we substituted, we will get the final value is 8 by 3 joule. Okay, thank you.